Hello everyone, it's Angela, your English bestie. New week, new English lesson. Today we will go over the present continuous, so let's get right into it. Present continuous, explained with examples and exercises at the end. Okay, so the present continuous is also called the present progressive. Every time you see a continuous tense, it could also be called progressive tense. It describes actions that are happening right now, ongoing in the present, or planned for the near future. And what is also important to remember with the continuous tenses, is that the emphasis is on the action is in progress. So it's not about the duration of the action, but that it is in progress. I have some examples of when we use present continuous, and it's about actions happening right now to describe an action that is happening at this exact moment, the moment as we're speaking. For example, I am typing on my iPad right now. Or the children are playing in the garden. It's happening right now as we are speaking. The next thing is about temporary actions for activities that are happening around the moment that we're speaking but are temporary. For example, she's staying with her parents this week, only for this week. Usually she doesn't stay there, but she is staying there this week. Or we are working on a project for school. Okay, future plans or arrangements is the next one. So with this, we describe events that are planned in the near future. And we also have a future time indicator. So we are also saying when is this happening. For example, I'm meeting my friends tonight. I'm meeting my friends next week. Or we are flying to Paris on Monday. Okay, the next one is changing situations. What this means is to describe a situation that is changing or developing, like it's in action, it's in motion. For example, the weather is getting colder, is gradually getting colder, is changing situations. Or more people are working remotely. And a time indicator these days. Okay, and the last situation where we could use present continuous is repetitive actions that are expressing annoyance. To describe actions that happen repeatedly and may be annoying or surprising. And in this case, we often use the word always. It also says here with always. For example, he's always forgetting his keys. Or they are always arguing about small things. Arguing about small things. Okay, hopefully you can follow me as I'm speaking and as I'm typing. It's not the most understandable, but I think it's also not the most crazy handwriting. I swear I write better in real life. Okay, how do we form the present continuous? It says on the slide, the present continuous is made from the present tense of the verb. Let me choose the present tense of the verb to be. So the verb to be is important. And the ing form of the verb, or the ing form of the verb is the present participle, actually. Present participle, sorry. Okay, what this means, I will try and type it in. Let's try and make the form for affirmative sentences or positive. Affirmative form. So we always need a subject, right? Subject plus the verb to be. So I will type in to be. It's verb to be plus the present participle of the main verb, or I will type in ing verb. Okay, let's translate this into an example. Subject, let's choose he as a subject. He, the verb to be is, then present form of the verb to be, he is, and ing form, he is watching, for example, TV. Or she is cooking all kinds of dishes. For example, they, the verb to be are, they are building a new house. Okay, so it's pretty easy. Actually, we follow the formula subject. There's a subject, subject, subject. The verb to be, the color's not good. The verb to be is, are, and an ing form of the main verb, watching, cooking, building. Pretty easy, right? Okay, let's make the negative form. Negative form. We're starting with the subject plus verb to be plus negation, because it's negative form. So plus not, plus the present participle or verb with its ing form. Let's translate this into an example. Subject. Let's take Angela. Verb to be is not. What is not? What is Angela not? Angela is not joining the class today. Wow, that's why. Okay, another example. Subject, I. Verb to be, am not. What can we say? I'm not doing anything this weekend. Okay, pretty easy, right? We also notice the pattern. Subject, oh, sorry. Subject, Angela, or I, a verb to be, Angela is, I am. We have negation, not. And then ing form of the main verb, joining or doing. Should be pretty easy. We continue to the interrogative or question form. And here I will immediately start. I need a white pencil. Yeah. So in question form, the subject takes the second space, right? So there will be something plus subject plus at the end the ing form of the verb stays also here, ing verb, and on the first place will come the verb to be. Let's translate it into an example. Let's take for a subject you. You. The verb to be are you, and a main verb with an ing. Are you still working at the cafe? Are you still working at that cafe, for example? But it doesn't have to start with the verb to be, the question. It can also be a question word. For example, why, how, when. Let's use it, for example, why are you still working there? Is she working late today? It goes without too much thinking. We're following the formula and we see question word or the verb to be, subject, and ing verb. Or we said the ing verb is also called a present participle. Present participle. Okay, to be, are, is, subject, you, she, and a main form in its present participle form, working. Yeah, this time I used the same verb for all the examples. But that's okay. Here's also a table that could be useful. And what's visible here, and I didn't mention it before in the video, is that, yeah, mostly you would see the short form used. Let me see, for example, he is, she is, it is becomes his, she's, its. Or from we are, we mostly see it as we're, you're, there. Also, for the negative form, is not goes into isn't, are not goes into aren't. So keep that in mind, or I'm sure you already know this. It's not the first time that it comes forward. And at last, we have some exercises. Take your time, pause the video here to do the exercises. There is an answer key at the very end. There is one more exercise. There it is. Pause here and answer key 1. Pause here. I'm going to answer key number 2. Okay guys, that was it. I hope you liked it. I'm trying out this new method with having the presentation on my iPad and just screen recording. I hope, yeah, it's not so easy to write on the screen, but it just takes maybe some practice. Show me some love in the comments. Let me know if this is better or what I've been doing for the previous, the present simple and past simple, where I film myself and I put the text next to me. But to me, this kind of feels more fun. I don't know. Let me know. Okay, stay safe. Success with your learning journey and see you next week.